What is going on, you guys? It is the Blind Prophet, and man, all I can say is we finally got something on Ghost of Tsushima, the most anticipated title from Suckerpunch Studios, coming out for PlayStation 4. For me, it's my most anticipated title for PlayStation 4 or PS5, depending on if it's like a cross-gen. Besides Cyberpunk 2077, that's just a fully like all platforms game, but Ghost of Tsushima, my most anticipated PlayStation game, probably of all time, and we finally got some footage, some information, all types of stuff, and this is just a video of my immediate reactions and thoughts. I'll be making more content as we go along on more theories as I've done before, but this is just my immediate after watching the video. I'm probably going to be posting this a little late just because I have some technical difficulties going on right now. I'm going to have my buddy Mortal Men editing the video, and we're going to try to put this out as soon as possible. I know you guys have probably missed me in my absence, but I really do apologize. I've just been going through some stuff that has hindered my ability to produce the content for you guys, but you're not here to hear my sob story. You're here to see what I thought about that trailer, so let's get right into it. Immediately, I noticed that Ghost of Tsushima is having this trend of really taking its time and showing you what it's trying to present as a game, and it's not rushing. It's doing what it wants, and you know, the trailer, I feel if you were to cut down everything that was actually going on, it would be a lot shorter of a trailer, but the trailer shows just everything, and it takes its time. It breathes, it lets you ingest everything that's going on, and I really appreciated that. It really felt like an homage to classic samurai movies and even westerns, when you just get those long shots of just breath and being able to take in what's going on, and seeing just that lone samurai standing there with his sword drawn. I really appreciated that. I really enjoyed seeing that, you know, attention to just giving it the time that it needs to really captivate you, and it really does. And speaking of captivation, just like my buddy Mortal Men said during his reaction, this game is absolutely gorgeous. There's a few shots that are supposedly actual gameplay, and then there's shots that are cinematic, so you could take this trailer with a grain of salt, I guess, as far as what the final game will look like. But we did see last year actual gameplay, and it seems that this trailer ups the ante on the graphics that we're looking at for this game. And there were a few times in the trailer, especially the beginning, where I felt it looked stylized, almost like that Assassin's Creed video we got several years back of Ezio when he's older and he has the one assassin from China visit him, and it's where we see the death of Ezio. It kind of reminded me of that, the stylization of this trailer. But then as we moved along further in the trailer, it started to look more realistic, which is something that I'm really appreciating about this game. Is that it's like an homage to classic samurai movies, where nothing is being presented fictitiously. It's not trying to be stylized. I mean, there is a bit of stylization, but not to the point of like fantasy or anything like that. And that's something that I'm really drawn to about this game. Like, I was even talking to one of my family friends last night about like the Hunt Showdown, and everything about that game looks really cool, but I can't get into that whole fantasy part of it. The Hunt Showdown is like an 1800s bounty hunting game where you and an enemy team are supposedly hunting down a bounty, but then you can come across the enemy team, or you can come across these like enemies that are, you know, like zombies or something like that, and that whole part, you know, took me out of it. The game itself, like, if it was just the bounty hunting, like almost like a Red Dead sort of thing, where it's just 1800s bounty hunting or something, like, I'd be totally into that. But I don't know, something about the fiction of it all just kind of, you know, took me out of it, and that's kind of what held me back from The Witcher for so long. If you guys have followed my Witcher video, I kind of talk about the whole fantasy genre and how I feel about that. So, not to go on a whole tangent about fantasy, but that's what draws me so much into this Ghost of Tsushima. Is there's no fantasy It's just fully 100% a realistic take on feudal Japan, and I just can't wait. Speaking of feudal Japan, we start to see more of the Mongols and their camp. Jin takes out like a whole camp during the night. He uses a bow. I don't know if I already mentioned that, but that really excites me because I remember seeing his friend that turned foe in the last trailer that we got, and she was utilizing a bow, and there were several screenshots of Jin with a bow on his back, but we haven't seen him in action with the bow until now, and man, I was like, yes, finally. He doesn't really have the bow on his back anytime in this trailer, so I don't know what the situation on that will be. It was like if it's a pickup where maybe you can utilize one of the Mongols' bows, or if it is something you could carry on your back. I don't know if we'll have like a weapon wheel similar to like Red Dead Redemption, maybe tied to the horse. Well, we can utilize the bow similar to in Red Dead Redemption. You could like pick up either a shotgun or bow or a rifle from your horse and kind of interchange and swap out, because Jin is sporting another katana on his back. So I don't know what the situation on that is going to be, but we did see him utilizing the bow, and I'm extremely happy about that. Another thing that kind of confused me, I'm probably just looking too much into it, trying to see things that aren't there, but there's a narrator in the trailer that says that the ghost, some say he died on the beach, and we see a little cinematic of him dying on the beach. Basically, he's shot in the back with an arrow, and then we see him get shot again, and he falls, and it could just be that he passed out, or maybe he did die. The way that it crossfades into him on his horse, supposedly Nobu, riding towards that tree, the crossfade almost implies that it's like a story. It's not what really happened, and I don't know. It's just one of those things that, again, maybe I'm looking too much into it, but I'm wondering if we won't really know what happened to him. Just the way that the implication is set in the trailer, like some say he was this, or some say he's a storm of flesh. Like, I think it would be really cool to kind of find out what happened to him throughout the story, and build up that eventual fight or meet up with my next point, Kozai Khan. Now, when I looked up the IMDb of the game for Patrick Gallagher's role, who was the Khan in the last trailer, where he's pretty much the narrator of that trailer, and we see him where it's the big moment of him. He's saying, "So I'll ask you once again, samurai, do you surrender?" That was Patrick Gallagher. He's an actor portraying him. On the IMDb, it had him listed as Khotun Khan. I made a video on it, but we hear Jin call out Kozai Khan. I don't know who that is. I haven't done any research yet. I will probably follow up a video on this, but now we know the name of our antagonist. His name is Kozai Khan, and man, I really love how they ended this trailer with the doors opening at the end, and just seeing Jin like kind of angry. He hasn't really been angry in a lot of the material that we've seen. He's more reserved. We see that beautiful moment of after he sends off the Mongol to tell him that that Jin is coming. We see him just standing there, and he looks at his mask, and he kind of has a look of sadness and remorse, and he hasn't looked angry. But that final shot where he yells out Kozai Khan. Oh man, I really got that. That was a good way to end the trailer. We also see his outfit again, the sort of shinobi and samurai mixed outfit. I'm really digging it. Really like it. I'm kind of curious as to how customization plays into the game, being that we saw a whole totally different outfit in the gameplay demo from last year, and we see he's rocking this outfit in this trailer. Most of the trailer, he doesn't have primarily any difference to the outfit. So I'm curious how customization works. Another thing I'm curious about is the camera. The camera was it reminded me a lot of like the Batman Arkham games, where Batman is like all the way on the left of the screen and you see everything that's going on totally to the right. So I'm curious how the camera works, because I wasn't really a fan of that in the Batman Arkham games. I know my buddy Nerdy Giant said that he thought of it like the God of War. So I'm curious to see how that feels. I don't want to go off of how it looks yet, just because that could be totally different from how it feels. But I'm kind of a little curious about that camera angle. But yeah, guys, I'm this is all I really have after seeing this trailer for the first time. I'll definitely try to keep up to date and bring you guys more information as it comes out. We're looking at a summer 2020 release date, which is, you know, a little sad. I was hoping for sooner, but we'll have to keep ourselves occupied, and maybe by that time we'll be finished with Cyberpunk. So it won't feel like there's too much competition there. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think. I'm really curious how you feel about this trailer, how you feel about Ghost of Tsushima in general. Have you kind of lost interest in it? I know for a while there, like I lost my hype. Same thing with Cyberpunk, but I'm regaining it as we go along and as we get closer to these games. And now that we know that they're coming, so yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm really curious to know. Let's talk about it in the comment section below. I am also going to be continuing doing a podcast with subscribers. So if you guys would like to be in a podcast talking about this game or any others, let me know. Comment down below. I'll hit you with my Discord and we can get rolling. So as always, stay hydrated, let them pass in peace, and Excelsior.
Hey guys, Mortimer here. Small announcement for the Blind Prophet. He has been having a lot of hardware troubles, which is his absence, but I'll be taking over until he can fix out his software stuff. Until then, I'll be his editor for now. Make sure you guys check out my channel, like this channel, and bye bye.